Gamer here, and I'm back with a video of the James Bond multiplayer. There's going to be a few prerequisites on this video. That's going to be no swearing, no jokes, and a short video length. Nah, I'm just f***ing with you, let's do this. The first option you've got is whether you want to play Xbox Live or System Link. The disappointment kicks in nearly immediately as you realise there's only 3 game modes. The 3 game modes are Team Deathmatch, Objective and Last Man Standing, so all you Quantum of Solace fans that love your Golden Gun, Bond Evasion and FFA, I'm afraid you're out of luck. I'm afraid I've got to admit it, people, my experience on this was absolutely horrible. I know in my campaign review I absolutely loved the campaign, but the multiplayer was horrible. This video I'm doing right now, I've not even been able to make it as comprehensive as I usually would like to because there wasn't enough people playing any other game type than Team Deathmatch. Before we get to why it's horrible, I'd just like to explain why I was unable to get any footage from the other game types. Well, basically, if you go to the leaderboard, there's only a total of 1,224 people that have bought this game. Now, the day I did this review is Wednesday, the 3rd of November. This game came out in America on the 2nd of November. And so that's the Tuesday, and it's going to be coming out in the UK and Europe on the 5th of November, which is the Friday. So for the American audience out there that don't know, you always get a game on the Tuesday, whereas the rest of the world gets it on a Friday. My thinking behind this is that potentially the States don't love James Bond as much as Europe and the UK. We can only see on Friday to how the sales do. Covering the heads-up display very quickly, as you can see, bottom left is your weapon as well as your ammo, bottom right is the radar, and just above that is the kill feed. Top middle is the game time as well as team kills for each team, and top right you will see the smallest commendations awards ever. Another notable thing is that straight out of your base you'll notice weapon crates, and to go off on just a slight tangent, the weapon you die with is the same weapon you respawn with regardless of your loadout. In terms of the maps, all I can really say is that they were okay. That's about as excited as I can get about them. I didn't hate them, but I also just didn't think they were that great. They were very uninspiring with weak layouts, but the ones I got to play were Construction Site, Pomarov Industries, Towers, Missile Silo, Tunnels and Dig. The first notable issue was the lag, and I've heard that complaint from a few people now, but after the lag, it was the amount of bullets people were taking. That obviously could have been because of the lag though. One thing that was annoying was that there was no way to check your connection to the host, there was no way to check your ping. Typically multiplayer games have a way to check your bar connection, whether it's red bar, green bar, yellow bar, but this game does not have that. Also, that's actually a feature I remember being in Quantum of Solace. Okay, so I'm just going to come out with it, the big one, and it's the melee. You press X to melee, so the controls from the single player are very similar, except in multiplayer you can melee. There's still the cover system and whatnot. But seriously, this is the most shocking thing I've seen in this game. Basically, when you press X and melee, not only is it the laggiest piece of shit you've ever seen, you have to stand still. The game makes you stand still. So you end up with this fat f***ing gay sausage fest where you can't hit each other because you haven't quite gotten close enough. And the thing is, there's nothing you can do about it anyway. If you melee, you can't f***ing move. The melee or beatdown, however you want to say it, it has got to be one of the worst things I've ever seen in any game. It is literally pathetic, and just avoid it. Another gripe that I've got, whether it be the assault rifles or the sniper rifles, is the long range shooting of both guns. They are shameful. It's first off, you've got little to no chance with an assault rifle, and in the lag, the sniper is just unusable. And even if you could use it, you have to get a headshot. So forget all of these games where it's a one-shot body shot kill. No chance. As a good example, you watch this shot and you tell me if it was on him. Yeah. After a while, I found myself resorting to the pistols because the other guns were just useless. Now, I'm just going to go through a few clips of lag and just general retardation. I could actually imagine quite enjoying the multiplayer if it wasn't laggy. I'd love to hear your people's feedback on the experiences you've had. This clip's a joke, the bullets don't even go through the wood. I hope you people are sticking with me because I'm really living up to my name right now. And moving on, the next thing is the ability to kill each other at the same time. Please feel free to leave a comment on this subject, because Halo's got it, Medal of Honor's got it, but Call of Duty never had it, never had the ability to kill each other. So I'd love to know what you people think about that. Oops, looks like someone's brought their ice skates today. Now, moving on, I have some clips of killing people in cover. I don't know what you people think about this, but if you think about Gears of War, just because you can see the body, that doesn't mean you can shoot it. So I'd love some feedback on that. Getting back to some gameplay and the shotguns being something that Quantum of Solace players will be very familiar with, and for those of you that do and don't know, the shotguns in Quantum of Solace became the weapon of choice. They were long range weapons, they were short range weapons, they were ridiculous. The shotguns were so overpowered. Now, the point I just want to quickly make is that, as you can see in those clips earlier, the shotgun is not going to have the same effect in this game. Now, on to Team Deathmatch. You can have up to 16 players, which is 8v8. The way the game works, as you all will already know, it's first to 50 kills, or the highest kills after a 10-minute limit. The multiplayer does have a customised / loadout system, albeit very basic, where all you can do is basically pick the gun that will fit that class. Now, to unlock these guns, you gain XP by playing. Some people will like this, some people won't. If you play Quantum of Solace, you'll know that on that game, it was currency based. You earned the currency and then you bought these things at the store. In this game, you kind of just play, you get the XP, and these things automatically unlock. Now, the sort of things you unlock are a series of pistols, snipers, shotguns, SMGs and whatnot, but you also unlock outfits. A lot like the campaign, the multiplayer doesn't feature grenades or proximity mines, but it does feature the focus aim, or as some of you would prefer to call it, the mark and execute, wink wink. I found the focus aim extremely useful in terms of getting kills on this absolute disgrace of an online experience, and like the campaign, you earn it by getting a melee kill. Each map does feature a power weapon, and that power weapon is the grenade launcher. Now, once you get it, you should be able to rack up a few kills, or get killed by it. Someone's going to need to call me a wambulance by the end of this, because I've just got a bit more I need to vent. Firstly, I think it's a shame that there's no enemy pickups, especially when you're starting out and you could really benefit from a better gun. Another thing is you start out with shit guns, and I suppose that's to be expected. Another thing is that compared to the campaign, the multiplayer just feels very clunky. It feels very unresponsive and just heavy. Also, unlike the campaign, the multiplayer has glitches in it. I actually experienced some glitches. In the interest of stopping a few kids from committing suicide due to all the negative things I've had to say about this game, I'd like to try and balance it out. Now, a lot of the issues I experienced were due to lag. Some of it was just purely bad game mechanic, but a lot of it was lag. There is a counter argument where you could say to me, I should have known better than to attempt the online multiplayer when I knew this game wasn't out in my country, which is an absolutely fair point. And it's that thing of like, if you can smell fish, then something's probably fishy. So I checked out where the people I was playing against were from, and it kind of cleared it all up a bit. I'm not saying the game does not have lag, but the people from the countries that I was playing against, it can only hinder the experience. As you can see on screen, I've brought up screenshots of their tags, and I may or may not have changed their gamer tags. Carrying on the fairness theme, let's have a small section of normal gameplay. I'd also just like to take this opportunity to say that after a while, after a few games, I actually got better at the long range assault rifling, and the trick to it was just burst fire, just very controlled burst fire. Yeah, absolutely, if you like achievements. I was getting achievements pretty much after every multiplayer game. Mentioning achievements, I'd also like to give a big shout out to Xbox 360 achievements.org, because I owe a lot of the popularity of my videos to them. That, and there's just a great community of people over there. Moving swiftly on to the last good thing that I can think of, and it nearly qualifies as a glitch, but what it is the ability for you and a teammate to be on the same cover. Now, it looks weird as hell, but in other games, I've always wished it was there. The ability is like, oh, you're bumping into them, oh, they're in your way. But on this game, you can actually sort of mould into each other and be on the same cover. So that is a random glitch that I enjoyed. Few extra things I want to slip in. The spawn system is exactly like Team Fortress 2. You always spawn in the same place, so you can get spawn trapped. Another thing, the XP appears in the middle of your screen when you get a kill, and you know you have an assist when your name is in brackets in the kill feed. In short, I cannot recommend the multiplayer side of this game. It just feels like a tagged on afterthought. There's no substance there. Now, if you are to buy this game, buy it for the campaign, the story. And if you really want to experience both the multiplayer and the campaign, I would say rent it. The multiplayer in this game is like no other I've ever experienced. It doesn't have that competitive edge to it. There's just no sense of satisfaction with anything you do. Now, the upside to this is that even though I receive nothing but hassle with the game, because I take the multiplayer side very lightly and as a bit of a joke, you don't get annoyed. So perhaps there's an upside to it. Okay people, so there's the multiplayer review for James Bond 007 Bloodstone, made by Bizarre. But the previous James Bond game, Quantum of Solace, was made by Treyarch, and they used Infinity Ward's Call of Duty engine. And what do Infinity Ward and Treyarch both make? They make Call of Duty, and that's right people, my next review should hopefully be Black Ops, so stick around for that.